Konnichiwa mina, boku wa Jeremy desu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. And I'm not at my usual house. So that's why things are a little bit different. But of course it is just after 3:30, well actually no, it's just before 3:30 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. And because of Daylight Savings Time, we're back with the whole Sailor Moon Crystal being on at 3 a.m. So, yay. Anyway, yesterday, or March 20th, Friday, was my birthday. So, I am, oh, here's Mies. I'm 32 now. So it's been an interesting day. And I forgot to bring my book with me today, so I didn't get to go over the manga chapter, Invasion Sailor Venus. Mies, get your tail down. So I couldn't really compare it to it other than what's from my memory, basically. But this episode was definitely one of the pinnacle episodes, I would say. And a lot of stuff has happened. Obviously, it was Invasion Sailor Venus. So following the, what do you call it? The examples of the other ones, Mars was taken first, then Mercury, then Jupiter. A lot of people were thinking, oh, Sailor Venus is going to be kidnapped. But no, of course, they decided to go the a different route and have Sailor Venus get saved. And it's been a great episode altogether. We have Tuxedo Kamen getting his attack from with the help of the Shiteno, sort of. More so Prince Endymion, Neo King Endymion, I should say. But that's to be found out later on, of course. But it was nice to see that he actually had an attack, even if it wasn't as flashy or sparkly as the Sailor Senshi attacks are. Okay, Mies, hi. So I was really looking forward to that, and just happy to see that he's finally got an attack, unlike in the original anime series where he was throwing roses, which was fine. But this is, it's a little bit more, I think, and more interesting and stuff. Hi, Mies. I love my cat, he's adorable. So, Calaveras, the last of the Ayakashi sisters, who was, I think, the second oldest, because I think Pets is the first, and the way she was saying she was going to use her power, or borrow powers from her older and younger sisters. Pretty sure that Koan was the youngest. Baruche would have been before, or just after her, and then Calaveras, and then Pets would have been how it goes. He's so cute. Hi. So, I loved that Artemis was able to send Luna a petri dish. Just, you know, Luna's like, just send me a petri dish, or one of those, you know, whatever, strong things, and it just happened to appear right over top of the crystal earring. Excuse me. Not so much an earring, I guess, although it kind of was. But I still don't like Artemis's voice. It just, I don't know, it just rings really weird to me. But whatever, it is what it is. Naru-chan is starting to realize that something's up with Usagi. It's very reminiscent of the live-action series, too, where Naru-chan did find out about Usagi in that one episode, and I loved it, and I would love to see something kind of similar to it again, if they decide to go that route. I don't know if they would deviate that much, but they had Asanuma-chan and Rei's classmate as well kind of involved in the story, too. We saw more interaction between Prince Demand and the Black Moon family, namely Saphir, freaking out, kind of, you know, he's the voice of reason, really, when it comes down to it. And the others don't want to listen to him. The others are getting way too ahead of themselves. Ruby especially is very cocky, and he always has been. But even he kind of doesn't trust Wise Man, which is probably a good thing. I mean, yeah, we already know what's going to happen there. So Venus stepping up, Minako stepping up and having this leadership is so different from the original series. She did kind of start off strong, and like in the original one, but didn't really follow through. She was more like Usagi in the playfulness. Now she's more serious, and Mamoru is exactly the same. He's very serious and more black and white in some areas, but he has gray sides too, like his trust for Chibiusa, and the fact that he can feel more, like he has so much more substance to him than he did in the original series. He was just kind of the love interest whereas now he actually has more of a purpose, other than just being the sperm donor. That made Chibiusa, that sounds so bad. But yeah, so he's now able to protect a little bit more, and he got to bash Rubius in the face, which was fantastically delicious. So Chibiusa took the brooch, and you know, it kind of formed this little bit of trust thing. I think, in fact, just because she gave it back to Usagi towards the end there to let her transform, it showed that she isn't necessarily on the bad side. But I know Usagi still got that little bit of mistrust, more so because of that. She just doesn't think that she should be around Mamoru. I guess it's that whole love thing. I guess, I don't know, but she just doesn't trust her still. Whereas the other ones, well, they did at first, but now Minako's like, hey, you know, we need to know once and for all what's going on here, so we're going to have to play hardball. And Mamoru was the one that came in and said, hey, you know, leave her alone for now. And that keeps striking Usagi. She's like, you know, why are you protecting her? But I bet it's that parental kind of thing inside of him. And King Endymion, like, you know, Mamoru's got that whole thing with the earth. He's always had that ability. He's had the healing ability. Even we saw that in Sailor Moon S. Originally, he was kind of maintaining Chibiusa's life force when she didn't have her star crystal. And he can feel stuff that's going on through the earth, and he now has the power of the earth. And he can talk to the Shiteno, which is great. They had that whole thing with Calaveras and her sisters, and Mamoru and the Shiteno, so it's like they kind of had closer powers than, say, Sailor Venus did, because Jupiter and Pets had thunder, Baruche and Mercury had power of water, and Koan and Mars had fire, but Calaveras was more seeing, and they did kind of juxtapose it with Mamoru's whole thing rather than Venus, even though she's kind of the equivalent of Venus. So ultimately, in the end, I think that's why Venus managed to survive. Is there's not quite exactly the same connection there, and it was just weird because the way the other senshi were captured, it was like a boom, a boom, boom, instantaneous thing. Venus was held in that position longer than the other ones were for Sailor Moon to get there, and just boom, 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 Princess Elation, there you go. So that was interesting. The fact that now they know, like you're at the very end of the revelation, that the 30th century is in trouble, that's where Chibiusa comes from, basically, that's quite the revelation there. So, yeah. It was nice to see Naru-chan back, and Umino. I felt that they were kind of missing more so than they should be, even though in the manga they pretty much are too. It's organic having that other interaction and stuff there. Mamoru, mostly, this is another thing, he's drawn very more so Asian inspired, I'd say. Like, I'm not trying to sound racist or anything like that. I'm just the style of art, like his face is very Asian, almost like he reminds me of a Korean pop star, actually, just the look, and I don't know why. It's really weird, but yeah, it's different, and his whole attitude is so different from the original series, which is great, and I'm so happy that he does have his power and stuff now too to help out. This whole thing of only you can save them now and stuff, it just, again, it goes against the whole theme song with girls don't need men to protect them, and it's funny. It's really, really funny to me. Another thing that was really odd, and it's even in the manga if I remember correctly, is the whole talk of aliens. Like, come on, you guys are from other planets around Earth, and yet you're like, oh, they have UFOs. They must be aliens, naturally. Well, technically speaking, you're aliens yourself. Pretty much. So, that part has always felt really weird to me when they say it like that. Although, you know, I know they consider themselves to be from Earth, and they pretty much are because they were reborn there, but it's really funny. It's just one of those things, you know. that stands out to me with that. So lots of stuff happening, lots of revelations, like I said. The 30th century thing, more about Wise Man, Saphir's insecurities about what's going on, Rubius's cockiness. He doesn't even care, like, that he's losing the sisters. He's such a typical, stereotypical man in male villain. I don't care about my subordinates. I'm just going to use these women and whatever, they're dispensable. Like, it's horrible. Horrible. Sexist. But that's Rubius's character. And Esmeralda isn't portrayed so far as being so in love with Prince Demand. I'm not sure if they're going to really get into that, but they definitely delve more into that in the original anime series. So we'll see when it comes her time to shine, I guess. So, Sailor Pluto's coming up next in the next episode. I'm really looking forward to that. I love Sailor Pluto. I loved how the musical did it. I loved her entrance theme, which was Who Goes There, or what the hell's it called? Chronos Guardian. I love that song so much. Who goes there? Yeah, that whole one. It's neat. It was very good. I love the actress that plays Pluto in the musicals right now. Fantastically delicious. Speaking of musicals, we're hopefully going to get some information on the new musical soon. It has been confirmed that there will be one. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Infinity Arc. I imagine that we're going to get some news around April or May, because the Sailor Moon Crystal doesn't have that much more to go. I think it's less than 10 episodes before they would end the current arc and go into Infinity. I don't think they're going to call the next one Sailor Moon Crystal. I think it will have a new name, probably Sailor Moon Infinity or something, because it is different. But who knows? I don't know. It would be great to see them continue on with Infinity, then the Dream Arc, then the Stars Arc. And then even further would be great, or even movies, or I don't know. It'd be neat to see an animated version of the Kaguya Shima Densetsu, like the musicals did, or the Transylvania no Mori, or Transylvania ones, like the Last Dracula Vampire ones. Totally different stories, or Sailor Moon Another Story. I would love to see that. But, you know, it would be so neat, inclusive of the Sailor Stars stuff, of course. But who knows? I guess Another Story kind of takes place between S and Super S. I think, if memory serves. I'm pretty sure it does. If not, just after Super S, but I think it's between S and Super S, so, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, we'll see what happens. Don't forget to check out my radio show, which is tomorrow, Sunday, and every other Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 92.5 FM, www.dx.ca, and it's Japanese music at its best. Oh, another thing, because I still have time in the video, we got to see Rolling Heart Vibration, Sailor Venus's attack. So I feel like we got elements of what should have been in the last episode in this episode, which is fine. I figured they would probably do something like that. So it was okay. It was very well done, and you know, the animation in this one was really great too. I didn't see any problems at all that I could notice, and I was paying particular attention to that because there's been so many complaints about it in the past, but this one was pretty flawless. I really liked it. Although the Ayakashi sisters, when they were floating, you know, their spirits and stuff there, they looked, Kawan just looked really weird. I don't know, her face, just the way they did it was really odd. Very thin, very oddly misshapen, I guess. I don't know. Did you guys notice that? Alright, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you again soon. I'm going to bed because I'm tired, and I have a surprise trip somewhere later today, apparently, so I don't know where I'm going, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, Jamata Nimina. See you later. Have a great one. Bye-bye.